Oh, we're great. Welcome back there, Soul Tribe. So I did write more, and I don't know, I might take a nap before I write more. See, when I open up the book, I'm gone. I disappear. I'm like, see you later, bye. I'm gone to the world I like to be a part of. Not this weird shit that's going on planet Earth, but anyway. Okay, so let's just get into it. I'm going to read the paper copy from a few videos ago and what I've extracted from it, and you'll see how different it is. So what I'm trying to explain is with every feeling and every thought, there's an emotion, there's a subrooted feeling, thought, emotion. So this would be initial, and then when I extract it, I'm getting it to the subrooted, and then that subrooted has more roots, and it just kind of branches out. It can go and go and go and go and go. But anyway, so let's get into it. Why not? Right? Okay. So this is like just note taking. And then what I read to you is what I extracted. Okay. On the surface, our secret garden disguises itself as a garden tended to by one spirit. A statement of truth, all of the same misleading. Our secret garden was built by two spirits who share one soul. Two spirits parallel yet somehow divided in the tunnels of time. Did I read that? Oh, no. Sorry. I read that one. Okay. Ooh. Blah, blah, blah. Erase that. That never happened. Let's get into it. Okay. I'm like, I read about that. Okay. So this next one, here we go. Now, when I come here down to our yellow sea of love, it's so cheesy. It's like embarrassing. And then I totally, get rid of all the cheese. Okay, let's go. Just vocalizing it sounds so incredibly cheesy to me because that's like my hidden temple. Like, I'm very soft, cheesy kind of. And hidden is I hide it from the world because my job choices I've had to be tough, a leader, a manager. So um, a lot of people didn't get this soft side of me. They like to call me the resting bitch face lady. Because when I work, I'm serious. I take my work seriously. But this is my universe. Okay, so I'm welcoming you into my universe, which is sacred to me. So handle it with care. Kind of snort there. Okay, let's just get into it. I'm making excuses now because I'm embarrassed because I don't put myself out there this way. This is like my little hidden soft side, and I feel vulnerable, like super vulnerable. Okay, let's just go. See, I'm like so uncomfortable right now. I can do this because it's my soft side. That's my vulnerable side. That's my side that most people don't get to experience. You gotta earn this side of me. Okay, let's go. Why am I having such a hard time with this? Okay. I'm having such a hard time with this. Maybe I gotta get comfy. Oh, I'm not comfortable. Why am I having such a hard time with this? Let me just sort some shit out here. Okay. Now you do it. Let's go. Now, when I come here down to our yellow sea of love, I rest my head against our purple lilac tree and instantly melt into the thoughts of yesterday. I wish you love. I wish you peace. I wish you the strength to continue secretly loving me in only the place we know, our secret garden. It's here amongst the yellow roses where I miss your forbidden love the most. Is it wrong I still love you after all these centuries? Am I out of line for holding on to what once was millennia ago? I try so hard to navigate my earth realm existence alongside our spiritual realm existence, where all that matters is spending all the mental energetic time I have physically muster in oneness with you in our special gardens universe from anything else but us. Wow. Okay. Here's the problem, my love. Over the past few decades, my spirit feels more and more drawn to spending time in our secret garden, and I fear I am losing a balance. My longing for you used to be fun. It used to be simple. As simple as bringing a joint, coffee, and a cigarette to the nearest sunset or sunrise. Snagging your little spirit to enjoy an energetic, loving experience. Just you and I in togetherness as one, even if it's in the great abyss. A universe you and I created, our great escape act from so many terrible actors on the earth stage of boredom and bullshit. It's our safe place, my most favorite place in the whole wide world, because it's a place where I can always find you. The problem, my sweet love, is I'm losing grip. I'm losing balance. As though our little telepathic spiritual sneakaways are no longer satisfying my craving spirit. Ooh la la. Let's get physical. Physical. I'm embarrassed to admit I'm become a lost puppy searching for the captain of her heart. Of my heart. It's so cheesy. I want to experience life with you in the physical beyond our secret garden. Okay, so then that was how many paragraphs did I extract from that? I extracted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. And what did I manage to make that into? So I extracted 6 paragraphs and I got one. How many pages did I get out of this? 1, 2. And then 3. Okay, I was managed to get 3 pages out of 6 paragraphs, so it's not so bad, I guess. All right, so let's just read it. After what I just read from the rough copy, this is what I managed to type out, which is completely different. Like, you wouldn't even think it's the same story. But like I said, to every emotion, thought, all that, there's a subrooted emotion and thought. So basically what I got down to was like just the initial thought, and then when I extract, I get to the subrooted, which is completely different than the initial. Yeah, anyway, I know. I'll explain more on that throughout this process. All right, so let's see what I extracted here. Bella rose from sitting against the overgrown purple lilac tree to collect some yellow roses and a few purple lilac blossoms so she can neutralize the birdcage one of the witches left at the front gate she noticed upon her initial arrival here at the garden. It was essential she neutralize the cork-filled birdcage before descending back down to the earth realm and re-enter her earth vessel. Bella noticed one of those amateur witches tried to manipulate her or their way past the entry to our garden. Nonetheless, they failed the frequency admission. Foolproof, right? What is the meaning of insanity again? Oh, that's right. Doing something more than 3 times and expecting a different result. They're all nuts. Anyway. Those witches have centuries of accumulated debt to clear before they'll ever be able to pass through our garden's frequency detection foolproof program. Needless to say, my Bello, one of those hideous non-playable characters, left a birdcage filled with wine corks. Should you come here and see one of those cork-filled bird cages, don't touch it. Rather, come down to our yellow sea of roses here, pick some roses and lilacs. On your way out, and cover the birdcage with yellow rose petals and lilac blossoms. This will neutralize any and all hexes and curses they've attached, and all projections and negative intentions will be returned directly back to sender in a fast, steady boomerang effect. I noticed these cork-filled bird cages a couple of decades ago being placed at our garden's gates entrance. It's Crystal most likely, if not her directly, then it's one of her minions. What's the meaning behind the cage wine cork, you may ask yourself? Let me cut through all the confusion and simply enlighten you on a little bit of black magic here. Let's just let the cat out of the bag, so then it renders them powerless. I'm explaining to you what they're doing, and then when you notice this, it's like, haha, you guys are stupid. I know what this is all about. So, a bird cage filled with wine corks represent confinement, binding, and containment. The witch or warlock will drink a bottle of wine focusing on dark projections and attacks at their targeted victims. The birdcage acts as a form of a sour jar or a witch's bottle designed to trap a person, block their path. Basically, they use it as a seek and destroy tactic. So scary, right? Fucking lunatics. Anyway, they seriously need to get a better hobby. But I'm not complaining, because as long as they continue to play their silly little games, their vibration will remain in the karmic debt, which in return keeps our garden pure of karmic dirty energy. While wine corks can be used in a positive ritual to create social union, when placed inside of a cage structure, the intention shifts towards a restriction spell. The cage, let's continue, symbolizes locking someone or something away, preventing their victims freedom of speech or any type of free action to stand up for themselves. These witches and warlocks also use the cage cork technique to try to block forward movement in career and finances. One of the several stupid little techniques they use, but the cage cork is one of them. Anyway, just a bunch of losers stealing from truly gifted earth travelers, because they don't have any gifts, so they gotta do this witchcraft bullshit to steal truly gifted people's shit. Well, anyways. These witches and warlocks are delusional. After the great fall of the witches back in February of 2026, they've been rendered powerless in all their bullshit without any actions of another boomerangs, and are instantly returned to sender automatically for eternity, like a wasp stinging repetitively and never loses its stinger. Can't pinpoint where the sting is coming from, but it's constantly there. As a reminder, maybe these witches and warlocks should start playing in their own playgrounds. Yeah. Riding in their own lanes, right? Okay. Or better yet, maybe take the higher road to redemption. Not my life, not my concern, and not my problem. Don't care. I'm just thankful after so many centuries of destruction, they are now rendered powerless. And over time have evolved into the examples of what not to become in life and what not to do. And walking examples of stupidity. If you ever want to rise above the realms of hell and non-playable characters, stay away from witchcraft. Because they've been rendered powerless as of last month, and that's truth. Every spell they've cast is boomeranging at their kids, their partners, their pets. I'm talking all the witchcraft that's been done over centuries is now going right back to their bloodline boomerang. Enough is enough. They've crossed the line. So the Great Fall of the Witches was in February 2026. Whether they believe it or not, they're rendered powerless. And they're believing that people are doing witchcraft on them, but because they've been rendered powerless, they're actually being attacked by the boomerangs of their own witchcraft. So if they were sending death magic out to people, they're going to die. If they were sending death to people's finances, their finances are going to die. Like, the Fall of the Witch was last February 2026. So they're done. So they are convinced people are doing magic on them, but really all that's happening is Return to Sender's boomerang, where they're getting attacked with their own magic because they were unable to hit their target. Therefore, it goes Return to Sender and they become the target. That's how magic works. Somebody should have told you guys before you started playing around and shit you didn't understand. Huh. Well, let's continue. They're just going to end up, like, their magic's going to literally kill them. Their own magic. So basically, they've all committed suicide. They're just the walking dead and they don't know it. So just let them fall. They're non-playable characters. Their vessels are done. They're done. The Great Fall of the Witch was 2026. They're done. They're rendered powerless. Anyway. Okay, so the witch or warlock will write names or identifying information on the cork of the wine bottle they are using to cast their useless spells. This represents the specific earthling they are trying to bind. It is a form of trapping energy. Similar to a witch's bottle, the cage acts as a container filled with a negative energy, intentions of bad luck, and creating chaos in specific earthlings' lives. The cage traps the cumulative negative energy like a supply chamber, preventing the witch or warlock from receiving any form of karmic justice for their indiscretions towards innocent earth beings. That's what that's their intention of locking it in the cage. They're rendered powerless, so they're just gonna look nuts. Anyway. These witches and warlocks don't look at wine bottles like a wine bottle, but rather as a sour jar, as some of them call them. As they sip on their wine-filled chalice of lies and bullshit and sheer distraction, they sip their chalice of bullshit with intentions to cause misery to their targeted victims. Then they write their victims' names on the target of the wine bottle they just consumed, or if they want to be really deceptive, they will write a symbol representing their target's name. This represents the sealing of their intention of destruction and chaos. The cork represents the caged bird. The cage targeted a victim, representing the entrapment of their soul. So the targeted victim feels trapped, feels silenced, and is unable to move forward freely on their life's mission. Basically, these useless witches and warlocks have convinced themselves that they are more powerful than the Lord Most High. Well, the Lord's going to show them what true power is like. It's already starting. It has already started. It began with the fall of the Great Witch in February 2026, which was over a month ago. So people are starting to notice, but the Lord's coming in passive. He just keeps cranking up a little bit month by month. Trying to get people a chance to redeem themselves, but they don't believe in the Lord, so it's just falling on deaf ears, alright? Right? Right now, the Lord's your only hope. Just saying. Oh well, to each their own. Let's continue. Like I said, after the fall of the witch in February 2026, they just look like delusional drunks drinking a bunch of wine, writing on corks, symbols, and names. Okay. Walking examples of everything not to do if you would like to be successful and ascend out of the lower realms of these non-playable characters whose vibrations and karmic debts keep them bound in the lower realms of existence, once referred to as the pits of hell. The worst part is they don't even realize everyone is laughing at them, and their magic instantly boomerangs back to them. Keep doing magic, you're just killing yourselves. Like, it's not touching us. Clearly, do I look bothered? Not necessarily. I'm already writing my second book. Do I look delayed? Not likely. Do you look delayed? Oh, you do. Through my being able to see into your pathetical lives. You guys are putting a show on, hey, pretending that everything's cool. You guys are breaking down in the background. I see it all. Anyways, shh, I'll keep you a little secret. We'll pretend that everything's all well and perfect, right? Keep pretending, guys. Joke's on you. Let's continue. Well, like I said, after the fall of the witch in February 2026, they just look like delusional drunks. Walking examples of everything not to do if you would like to successfully ascend out of the lower realms of these non-playable characters, whose vibrations and karmic debts keep them bound in the lower realms of existence, once referred to as the pits of hell. The worst part is they don't even realize everyone is laughing at them, and their magic instantly boomerangs back to them. So they convince themselves outside sources are attacking them, but in reality, they are being attacked by their own magic, being eternally returned to them through return to senders and instant karmic divine boomerangs. Yeah. Basically, the birdcage represents the vessel of restriction. The wine cork represents marked targets. Some witches and warlocks will add additional items such as rusty nails. This is actually true. What I'm telling you is true. It's so pathetic. But rusty nails, needles, and pins. The intention behind these additional items is the intention to prick or cause pain to the target of choice. The dark witches and warlocks who really like to play in black magic will drink red wine over white wine. Red wine represents drowning. Yeah, right? Or overwhelming negativity projected. Like, a nice one. You're such a good stepmommy. You're a failure. Why don't you just go back selling Avon? Or do you not know how to do that anymore? Anyway, just keep to your little corks and bird cages there, stepmommy. I've rendered you powerless because now I know exactly what you're doing. You're a lunatic. But then again, you knew that, right? Let's continue. Well, should you ever be at someone's home who had a birdcage filled with wine corks, be certain you are in the home of a witch and or a warlock. You're in an environment of chaos and destruction. Yeah, you are. An environment which cannot be trusted, and it is in your best interest to cord cut all connections to anyone you know who dabbles in the dark arts such as birdcage cork trapping. That's what it's called. You never know when your name will end up being added to one of those corks as one of their targeted victims. Who knows? Maybe your name was caged already without your knowledge or consent. That's how it happens. Is it just a glass of wine? Or are you allowing permission for them to take over and attack you? Crazy world we live in. Anyway. These types of non-playable characters are severely mentally disturbed, and it is in your best interest to shut them completely out of your energetic field. Should you ignore this warning and your life starts going to total shit, remember my face. Hello. Remember my face. That's right. And remember, I tried to warn you, and you, of your own free will, as usual, chose to ignore me. Consider this your one and only and final warning concerning trapped wine corks entrapped in bird cages. Do not ignore these red flags. It wasn't uncommon to hear Bella talking aloud to her bellow while venturing the garden, especially down at their special spot where the overgrown purple lilac tree stands firm and steady amongst the yellow sea of roses. You know, Bella, now when I come down here to our yellow sea of pure intentions, I rest my head against old purple over there and allow my spirit to melt into thoughts of you and I, as though we don't have centuries of lifetimes in separation between us. We are each other's defying time and space. We are each other's defying time and space. Does that sound right? I don't know. Anyway. Two bodies sharing one soul. Needless to say, I want you to know every time I think of you, which is a hell of a lot more than I'll ever admit to. I want you to know I hold you in the highest regards, wishing you so much love, wishing you so much peace, wishing you so much joy, wishing you will forever continue to love me as I continue to love you unconditionally and everlasting. It is here amongst the yellow sea of roses where I feel your energy pulse through my entire body from head to toe. Ooh la la. It's like an energetic thing. Let's get physical. Let's get electrical. Anyway, sorry. Let's try this again. It is here amongst the yellow sea of roses where I feel your energy pulse through my entire body from head to toe. Missing your touch, missing your essence, missing the feelings of true completeness. Is it wrong I refuse to let go of a love once shared many centuries ago? A love like no other love I have ever experienced since. Am I out of line for holding on to a love so sacred? I cannot let it go even with thousands of lifetimes in between. Incarnations and years of separation between the time we experience being us. Bella, I put honest effort into trying to successfully navigate my current Earth realm existence alongside mine and your spiritual realm relationship. I need to admit, these past couple of decades, I'm losing my balance in my Earth realm existence. For I come here to the garden more than I have ever over the past few thousand years, searching for alignment with you. So they haven't been in alignment they got lost in tunnels of time for a few thousand years. Yeah. When we align, it is just short of a miracle, but then the experience lingers into my earth traveler's experience, and I begin to long for your love on actual solid ground. Okay. Where is it? I feel your presence near me on earth more than I have in thousands of years. I begin to question if this is the incarnation where we physically unite once and for all. Wishful thinking, right? Oh, I know. But something feels different this time. Maybe, just maybe, even just to physically feel the gentleness of your lips upon mine for a brief moment would push me through another few thousand years. My heart and soul is longing for you, but like every other emotion, this one shall pass. Maybe, or maybe, just maybe, We will finally be granted our forever togetherness on solid ground. I mean, anything is possible, right? Wishful thinking, right? Longing for you used to be fun. It used to be simple. It's a sneaky hidden escape I hid from the rest of the world. Mine and yours, our private little pure universe. On solid ground, when I want to feel your energy in my orbit, it's as simple as grabbing a coffee, a joint, a cigarette, and heading down to the closest sunrise or sunset, depending on the time of day and weather permitted, of course. She thinks of every little detail, right? Um, I focus intentionally on your beautiful face and it works every time. I don't physically see you. I feel you inside of me from head to toe. Don't kid yourself. I feel when you're pulling on my energy. This is a two-way tease game that we're playing here. Snagging each other's spirit to take a loving, energetic adventure. A great escape act from the terrible Earth stage actors spreading nothing but boredom and bullshit. Our spirit's safe place, my most favorite place in the universe, is anywhere our soul unites and celebrates the purity of true love unified. For it is where I find you. For it is where I find you, is where I find missing pieces of my fragmented self. Lately I'm losing grip. I'm losing my spiritual balance, and this I have yet experienced up until this very recently. I've always been very satisfied with our little telepathic spiritual sneakaways, but they are no longer satisfying my also craving spirit, apparently. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I fear I'm shapeshifting into a lost puppy searching for her master. That sounds so cheesy. Oh, master. Why do I get what was with this master shit? I don't know. Maybe maybe that was a kid name I had for him. Oh, master. Master. Anyway, the captain of her heart, even cheesier yet. I'm so embarrassed reading this. Cheesy, this I am aware of. Thank you very much. I'm feeling this push for more, though. More beyond our spirits aligning together in our sacred secret garden. More so, I'm craving to experience you in the physical on solid ground. Beyond our sacred, secret, spiritual garden. So, anyways, that's where I'm at. And I'm going to take a nap before I even attempt because I'm good with this right now. So I'm going to just chill out for a few hours, have a nap, and then um, I'll break down a little more and come back. Because why? I knew once I opened this book, that's it. I was done for. Because when I get into my writing, I can lose years. Like I lose time. Because this universe here, this is way more sacred to me than this earth shit. This earth shit is just a test. And I'm ahead of the game, so I get to spend some time writing. It's my time. Anyway, Soul Family, I love you. I love even if you guys, whoever's on this channel. Grand Rising people, love you. I need to go listen to some music and chill out because my brain needs to slow down a little bit. All right, love you. I will be back. Bye.